this her?
What can I do for you, Doctor?
Got her hands. Gross. Dorothy Crane. No, that's not who she said, is it?
Thank you.
Mortimer Goswick, fatigue, cure with, what was that? Bigger thingy? Pippa Hawkins. Saves beds for patients who can pay. Okay, so we haven't even found her yet. I don't think. Who's this?
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Let's see. Personal questions. Nothing. Tell me about yourself,
Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
Doctors are arguing about
Tell
your
me
case,
about the
question mark?
doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Aykroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
Good point.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Well, how do I know?
You
I
don't
just
want to
got here.
operate yourself, Dr. Reed. I have the feeling you're very capable, and your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility.
Oh, man.
My apologies.
What a jerk.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
My sweet girl. Reads me like a book.
Unfinished letter. Oh, this is gonna be sad. My dear children, sorry I did not write to you before, but it hurts like hell just to write these few words on bloody paper. Don't worry, Daddy will go out of the hospital as soon as the doctors fix his arm. In the meantime, if you need something, go see Mr. Chadwick at the construction site and tell him you are Harvey Fiddick's children. You remember Robert Chadwick, the big guy with a mustache who helped me repair the house doors last spring? Go see him and ask for a few bob. He won't refuse to spare you a few. I'm sorry I can't work anymore for now, but we'll figure out something as soon as I'm out. Don't worry, everything will be fine as soon as Daddy's arm is strong again. As soon as the doctors have fixed my arm, I don't like that. Oh, is that guy dead? I don't like that either. A glass vial. We need to find where to make some medicine and heal that one guy so he'll tell us stuff about him. The throat boy. Throat McGee. Due to the inflow. Oh yeah, we saw that. Oh, is this the front door? Oh shit, look at that. There's a trash can. Nice. Go back in. You have a Fiddick hint? Is that this guy?
Good
Who's
evening.
Fiddick?
Good evening, Doc.
Oh, you seem worried about your family.
You seem worried about the safety of your family. And it's obviously the reason why your wound troubles you so much.
I cannot give up on my children now. They both need me living.
What about their mother, if I may ask?
She died in 1915 during one of the first Zeppelin raids.
Oh man.
We never found her
She's a
body.
vampire. About the death of your wife.
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
God, how
1915.
shitty to just get this information.
I was in the army, building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans
turned
sent
into a zombie.
Zeppelins to
Or a
bomb the
vampire.
construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
Oh shit. So many died.
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the bombings. I served in France and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truth is, I have no idea.
I hate that.
I just know that I'm all that me kids have. Poor little bleeders.
Poor little bleeders.
How are your
Indeed.
children after losing their mother?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Ellen didn't bring them with her that night.
Nothing else.
Goodbye for now, Mr.
Goodbye.
I'll see you later.
You always knew the words to calm the
Thank you for telling me like super details about your life that you didn't want to tell me.
blundering idiot.
I'm quite busy right now.
Yeah, I get it, loser. Right, nothing.
Thank you for
Saw someone walk out here. I need to talk to them. Oh, okay. This is an entrance.
Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding?
Who's this?
I should
What's this?
investigate. It's locked, all
Locked.
right.
Who are you?
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed.
Always a pleasure to meet a colleague, sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead.
A
Oh, I
colleague.
was dead, but now I'm a
Are you a
vampire.
doctor too?
Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana. Now, I'm just Mr. Chadana, pawnbroker
Oh,
and
another
humble
sales boy.
guardian of this morgue.
What do you mean? You used to be a doctor. Was your license revoked?
No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead. But I used to be a real doctor.
Interesting. Your life in London.
Are you afraid or uneasy being surrounded by so many corpses?
Why should I? These bodies are empty vessels. Flesh left to decay.
Mouth closed.
No soul anymore. All gone.
Most people fear
An
dead flesh.
interesting point of view. And quite an exotic one, too. Most people fear, or at least have a respect, for dead flesh.
Sir, as a medic during the war, I learned to face my death and the death of others. It's the pain we have to tame, not death itself.
New hint. How did you get the
How
job?
did you get this job?
After I left the army, I worked as an undertaker down by the docks. A dangerous place with many an unpleasant business there. Milton Hooks helped me get a job here.
Okay. See,
Do
a
you
medical
need
checkup.
medical attention?
I'm
I should have done that to the guy. Did I do that to the arm guy?
But perhaps it is because I, too, am used to the smell of the dead.
You're a pawnbroker?
pawnbroker?
Question mark?
I expect you get all types of people here.
Yes, sir. All kind of people. For I sell all kind of goods.
Who comes here?
Who comes here to trade with you? It's very unhygienic, even unsafe. Diseases can spread. For the customers, for the hospital.
I'm very cautious, sir. I've been a doctor, remember? And all my clients are good people. In fact, I think I only know good people.
Oh, nice.
What kind of goods?
With the quarantine, it's not always easy to buy things. So I trade, I exchange. Some people sell, some others buy. I like to help.
Okay.
Since you're not afraid of dying, do you believe in life after death, Rakesh?
No, I believe we must do all the good we can while alive. For our time is short,
Wow.
and the obstacles are endless.
Do you think you would enjoy immortality as a concept?
I don't think so. Don't mistake me. I love life, and I'd like to live a long life. But everything has to decay, sir. Even goodwill.
Oh, wow. So you're ready
You
to
really
die? That's
believe
pretty intense.
Goodwill cannot last.
As I said, sir, everything decays. If I was to never die, goodness, I would be bored or worse. And I like to be helpful, sir.
Quite depressing, wouldn't you say?
Yes,
Yeah.
but the good news is we'll all die before losing our humanity, sir.
So you're ready to die? Question
So
mark.
you're ready to die.
No, I am not. I don't fear death, for I won't see it. What troubles me is the pain my death will inflict to those I know.
You're a wise man, Mr. Chidana.
No, Dr. Reed, I am a foolish man. But I like to think otherwise.
Well, I'm just depressed now. That's great. Have we met?
Have we met before?
I don't think so, sir. Why?
When we first talked, you said you were glad to meet me since I was reported dead.
Funny story, sir. Your sister came here a few nights ago. You were missing.
Oh, she's dead.
And she was looking for
Yeah, I
your
ate her.
body. She must be very relieved.
No, she's not relieved. She's super dead.
Are you a...
Why should I?
Okay, we have all that. Why does it show... Okay, it showed up as
Do you
white.
work
Like
here
there was something
alone?
else.
Yes, very easy work, sir. All I have to do is watch a few bodies. The situation was very different when the main morgue was still open.
Why watch the
Why do you have to watch these bodies?
Because these poor fellows have no names. We keep them in case someone comes looking for the missing. Sadly, very rarely happens.
That is sad.
Why close the hospital's main morgue?
It was for sanitary reasons after the beginning of the epidemic. Cadavers had to be moved to the nearest mass grave.
Okay, let's see what he has
Please,
to
of course.
trade, even though it doesn't matter, because I'm not going to buy it. Enigmatic formula, written on a piece of paper, seems complex and needs to be analyzed. Opium! Yeah. With the rise of epidemic, rampant shortage of legal medications, jeez. London citizens, for its sedative and anesthetic properties, have recently used opium again. Nice. Codeine, strong analgesic, an antitussive drug often used to ease pain and coughing. Interesting. Yo, give me that opium. If I do opium, do I like get some interesting effect? What's in here? Dead boys? Oh no. Is it locked?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, of course it's locked. Shocker. Oh, what's in here? Is there a doggy in here? Nope, just deads. Yeah, shillings. Nurses are needed now. Inquire at the nearest Labor and National. In the name of mercy, they depend on you. Oh, I didn't hear. Yeah. Oh, he's back from the corpse. Did he need?
It's
Go
locked.
back in
all
here.
right.
Good
Stop
evening.
smoking your cigarello.
Goodbye, Miss.
Will you go back in there now? Well, missed it. We heard that. Who's this?
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an
Yep, I'm
honor,
here, family.
sir.
Thank you.
And who the beeper
And
you?
you are...
I am
Sir?
Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
Hey, creepo.
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
Oh no. What does he do?
What made
Is he
you
creepy?
choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired
Oh
me.
shit, I made a monster.
I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
Research is exhausting. I'll be glad to help you. Flattery is useless.
It's always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn. I'll be glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
Tell me about
I
your...
based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach.
I don't like it.
My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
Yeah, he's...
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
Okay, we got a little hint from him. Aykroyd's aversion for modern methods?
What do you think of Dr. Aykroyd's aversion to modern medical methods?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory. I'm convinced that's true.
With the influenza and all that's going on, You should put your differences aside, don't you think? Why is it so difficult to work together?
I believe that if Dr. Ackroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use.
So you believe it's just a question of jealousy and pride?
Dr. Ackroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
Okay, about the hospital.
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
I just keep laughing, blood transfusion, and I'm a vampire. You seem quite optimistic. Do you need my help?
You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic,
Last summer,
used to
I
joke
stuck a
with
flute.
Milton about
Oh.
the extra work. We're not smiling now.
You need my
Do you
help,
need help
sir.
with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time.
Okay. So we got a new investigation. Personal questions.
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical
God.
techniques.
So
Harvey
scary.
Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
Interesting.
What is it you really want? To save him, or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
Okay, tell me a
Tell
story,
me
please.
Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information
Is he a
from us?
vampire?
Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
Okay, we got a new hint.
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality.
Oh.
You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior, a man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires,
I like
hopes,
this guy.
and fears.
I thought he was creepy before, but now he
Some
seems nice.
biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
Need more little... Yeah, no. Alright, we got
Goodbye,
him. Bye, Dr. Strickland.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
You lied. Well, I feel guilty
Tell
about your
me
injury.
about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of
Oh
me,
no.
and now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
Your wife died because
How
of
could
you?
your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
I hate that.
You can't hold yourself
Aw,
responsible
that's so
for your
sad.
injury, Mr. Fiddick. Unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
Let's see. Okay, so I can't do anything else. Medical
Is
checkup.
there anything else that's bothering you? Can I help in any way?
I'm all right. Considering the state of this place, I should consider myself lucky,
Yeah, definitely.
I guess.
You're gonna get the flu anyway, but...
Goodbye for now, Mr.
Okay, so we got all those unlocked.
Calm the children, Helen. As for me,
What can I do for you, Doctor?
Thank you.
And is this that one guy that we keep talking to?
I'm quite busy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Actually, did I get any new things for him, though?
I'm quite...
Yeah. No.
Thank you.
Get out of here. Who's this? Oh, that's that guy. Is it this way? It's like weird. Or is it above me?
I will not let you
Trying to
down,
get to my office, but I don't know.
Good evening.
This hospital seems to be falling apart.
I have to go now.
Says I'm meant to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Oh, the mom's talking now.
You always knew the words to calm the children.
Your office is on the second floor. Yeah, where's the stairs or whatever? Vahia. Oh, there's way more to this than I realized. Who's this guy?
Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No,
Oh, what happened to your
I
face?
don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently
I can
taken
transfuse your
position as head surgeon
blood.
here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off,
God, I hate that.
but they still call me Thomas Elwood.
Soldier, do you need assistance?
I'm fine. Just do something for this pain, will you? That's all I'm asking.
He's healthy. Your life in London.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars, if you get my drift.
Like in your soul. Can I do anything?
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
Oh man.
Who is treating you? Is someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
Yeah. Personal questions.
How close are you to Miss Hallcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she
interesting.
approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside is all. While I'm busted on the outside. But she's still beautiful. Living proof that there's hope for me.
Ah. New hint. You let her bite you?
So do you let her bite you? You know that's not sanitary.
And why not? She's only supping a few drops of my blood.
Oh, she's actually
Pain.
drinking blood. That's
It's
disgusting.
real for once.
She could decide to bite less willing patients.
Then it's another good reason for me to stay here, Doctor.
You do realize she's mentally disturbed. It's called the Cotard syndrome. She truly believes she's a vampire.
In her madness, she never refers to my scars. And frankly, if I could, I'd join her world. It seems much more fun than the real one.
Oh man. Did you serve for long?
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I
Offense
served
with
in
a C.
France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
Personal questions. Done. Life in London. Good.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Fear of disgust on every street corner.
Who dat?
Daily routine.
Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr.
Oh, that's
Reed.
that guy.
Oh, sir, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Yeah, by your
Thank
friend.
you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
Oh, all these personal questions are here.
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his
Alarming.
recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood.
Ew.
I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
A little
You
different.
dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
Okay. Situation in the East
What is
End
the
docks.
general situation in the East End docks?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the Dockers Trade Union. The Wet Boot Boys are very nervous since they lost their leader.
Has the gang been threatening you? Who leads it?
Who leads the gang now?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife.
I feel like this is
Edwina
so
who
different
runs
than
the
real
shop,
life.
with the assistance of her minion.
Of
Duke
course, right,
Digby.
People don't just talk to you like that. This tiny thing about the docks. This thing about a gang. Who's the gang leader?
Has the gang
This
been
specific
threatening
thing
you?
that's important.
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long. You know, the sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint. Not even criminals.
Do you know Tom Watts? The bartender from the Turtle. I met him before I found
I want
you
a
in the
chocolate
canning
turtle
factory.
right now.
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
RL is overrated, true dat. Despair?
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare. No drugs, no advice, nothing. It's a damn shame.
Although this is how I talk to a lot of people if I don't know them. I ask them just like a specific question and then let them talk for 5 minutes and then pick something that they said and then ask a question.
Who should I avoid?
Because I don't
in
like
this
talking
part of
about
town?
stuff.
Any particularly
Sometimes.
evil figures?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know, Doctor.
Oh, what a saint, right? Personal question. What do you do?
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton? I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks. And I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
Are you a
Are
priest?
you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
A
Not
bacon?
at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith willing to preach the good word.
Bird.
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say.
I don't know why I would say something like that. That's so weird, right? I don't know. I don't even... Just forget I even said it.
Have you made friends since you arrived?
Not really, but I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman had such a miserable life.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke? Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process, you know. We're not just...
Yeah, come on.
bodies.
You're preaching
Bacon.
to the converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks many months ago.
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton?
Magically speaking.
I mean.
I feel exhausted. Beyond
Are
exhaustion.
you a vampire now? Actually,
William drank so much of my blood in his madness. I feel empty.
You're in good hands here.
vampire.
Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest.
In blood.
And then I can go back to the people who need me.
In the blood. Right.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later. I cannot enter.
I cannot enter. Was this our girl?
Good evening, Miss.
Oh, hey.
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich,
Vibrating blood. Personal questions? Tell me about Thomas.
Tell me, Thelma, why do you feel so attached to Mr. Elwood? Why him?
I'm not sure, Doctor. I think we have a bond of some sort.
Probably your blood drinking
We've both
weirdness.
suffered so much. He's the only mortal I find interesting.
Do you plan to make him a vampire too?
Of course not. How could I inflict my curse on anybody else? I'm not that cruel, Doctor.
Are romantically involved?
Would you say you and Mr. Elwood are romantically involved?
No. No, Thomas is a delicate soul. Even though he disguises it. But I am not the woman he needs. No, for I am a vampire, Doctor.
Just doink him. He likes you. Or I can like legit turn you both into legit vampires. How do you feel about that?
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
I wish I could be sick again. Feel my blood boil with the fever.
Let's see. About the use of garlic and wooden stakes. Dear brothers, I must now draw your attention to a very important point. The use of garlic as a protection against vampires. Let's be crystal clear on the subject. Garlic will never protect you against those creatures. No matter how fresh, how strong, how tasty, how smelly, garlic is totally useless as a defense. Isn't that I can never say enough how damaging that novel of Bram Stoker has been. Yes, of course, population of Slavic countries place garlic cloves in coffins. Yes, of course, inhabitants of Santorini Island hang garlic on their windows, dash. There would be so much to write about this place, and someday soon, I hope to go back to this island to further explore its occult tradition. But that is not to protect the living from the devil. It is to tell the dead that they are aware of their malevolence. It is a symbol, nothing more, nothing less. So please, by all means, yes, wear garlic. Show garlic. Hang garlic. Eat it. And tell the shadows that you are not afraid, but if you are looking for supernatural protection, you will have to search much deeper into the forgotten secrets of the occult tradition. For here is the truth, my fellow brothers. Garlic does not repel vampire, but all the fresh plants will hurt them. It is as if their body could not stand the presence of botanical elements. I have seen an enraged vulp flee when whacked with a rose. Yes, a simple rose. I've witnessed a violent econ fall down and beg for mercy when struck by a wooden stake. I don't know why it is so effective, and I would give my left arm to find the answer to that mystery, but the truth remains nevertheless, vampires are very sensitive to fresh herbs, plants, and woods. From Facing the Shadows, How and Why by Usher, our boy Usher. Thank you, Usher. Always so insightful in your music and your vampire fighting skills.
The daily routine.
Ooh, what's this? Pizza! Yeah! Oh, no. Some bottles. Is it locked from the outside? No. Okay, I guess we could go upstairs. Oh, I can't shadow teleport. I tried it. Just kidding, we're not going upstairs, don't worry.
Right. It's locked. It's locked.
Oh, long letter, yay! Birmingham, 27th October. Hello, sis. How are things in the big city? Here in Brum, things are not so good. It seems the flu is here again. And we have many new cases of infection in the neighborhood. Do you remember Miss Scheller, the old drinking hag from the 3rd floor? She passed away 2 days ago. Oh, what a bitch, saying stuff like that. And her flat is already occupied again. Geez, you would have to pay me a huge amount of money to go sleep in the bed in which a woman died of the flu just a few hours ago. Geez, yeah. Sorry I did not take time to quickly answer your last letter. Between taking care of little Paul, Mum, Dad, and my job at the factory, I rarely find time to write to my favorite sister. By the way, my son says hello to his Auntie Pipa. You should see the little bugger already driving me mad, and Mum says you bring back some of those marvelous cakes the next times yous comes back Holmeses. In your last letter, you told me you thought about quitting your job at the Pembroke Hospital. I have to tell you, Pip, you better think twice. There are always jobs at the factory, but wages are shit. And it's as boring as a day without a shag. Oh, oh, I have a new fiance, and no, I'm no slut, you moral bitch, you. That's great. So if you really want to quit and do something more useful than counting the dead every morning, maybe you better stay in London and join that band you told me about. The Guard or Priven, something like that. Never heard of them, but if they are, like you said, some sort of civil militia trying to make a difference, then maybe it's a good choice for you. Just be sure to let others go in front. That's how my poor Billy got killed in France, by leading too many patrols. Bloody war. Anyway, come back as soon as you can and give me all the good news before that. I'm your affectionate sister. I like that. I'm going to put that at the end of my letters. I'm your affectionate sister, Lucy, Paul, Mum, and Dad. Pippa Hawkins. New hint. Oh, who's that? Was he touching the bodies? I don't like it. Oh, there's a body that I can loot out there, too. I don't think I can get over there, though. Our girl Pippa.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor.
Oh no, this is someone
I
else.
don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
Euphemism. Leaving this hospital?
Are you sure you want to leave this hospital?
To become a nurse was a little girl's dream.
Oh, this is Pippa, but someone.
But in the end, I don't feel that useful. I want more. I want to make things change.
Let's see. Patients
But
need
you're
you.
doing something important here. For all the patients who need your help.
We save lives, sure. Each time we send a cured patient home, it's a relief beyond words. But since the epidemic, I feel so powerless.
New hint available. See, how's the situation
How would you
here?
describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
Get a grip! Spanish flu won't last forever.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you.
How nice.
But what if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
God, just one day you wake up and you're
You must
got by
get
a
a hold
flu.
of yourself, nurse.
That's it.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. No one has any idea when this epidemic will be over.
Do you
Medical
need
checkup.
medical help yourself, nurse?
I'm fine, really. I just need to sleep.
God, the poor voice actors in this game. Okay, now, say, nurse, do you need some assistance or medical treatment? Female nurse, do you need some medical assistance or treatment? Male nurse? Male doctor? Your life in London?
How long have you been a nurse?
Well, long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
I'm gonna change it right now. You would be surprised. Yeah.
You'd be surprised what dedication can achieve, Nurse Hawkins.
Where's she looking?
In medicine,
She's like looking directly at me.
sometimes we're just a test result away.
How does she know?
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
How is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
Why is Milton so grumpy?
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
Got some Milton boys.
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned, Milton is not the chatty type.
I'm quite aware. Yanni.
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
Be any more personal questions? Nope.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Goodbye. Okay, finally we can go to our office. Although there's gonna be probably a million people to talk to on the way there too. Oh, there's more stories. Good. How many people can you get to know in this game? Good lord. Oh, so this is just the hospital. Wow. Whoa. Good God. Damn. That's a lot of people. Okay, let's not go upstairs for my own sanity, honestly. For now.
It's locked.
Of course it's locked. Oh, you let me in. Let me in. Please let me in. Oh man. Is this his door too? I can't even open it. Used hacksaw. Is that a weapon? Yes. Okay, medical file. T. Elwood. I'll just read from here. Date of release to be determined. Notes the patient's face has been heavily burnt and disfigured by a bomb during the war. Even with the use of the strongest sedatives, he affirms to regularly endure severe pain from the wounds as if the flames are still burning under the skin. He says examinations of the cicatrized tissues show no trace of inflammation, infection, or swelling. Scars are clean. Could be a case of persisting nerve damage. The patient never ceases to blame himself for his disfiguration. Could it be a case of guilt of the survivor? Phantom pain manifesting as a punishment for not dying with his comrades? I don't know. I guess we're gonna find out. We can ask him if it's because of his comrades. Is this my office?
It's locked, all right.
Is this my office?
This must be the place.
Oh!
It's definitely away from prying eyes.
Oh, look at this place.
Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin.
How sick is this place? Oh, I get to sleep here. I love it. I want to live here. This is huge. Oh, I right-clicked. Analyze. You have enough components to improve one of your weapons. Press D. I mean, no. I don't want to improve any of these
William
crappy
Bishop's
weapons.
blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching.
Yeah.
The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time now.
Okay. Can I make this? Oh, I don't have the tartar tit. Sodium kipple clap and chloride.
The
Plant.
flower's dying. It needs water.
Can I water the plant? Oh, Lord. Article. There we go. Something bugged out. Rare opportunity and almost a privilege to approach a vampire. To observe their most intriguing physical and psychological traits with a scientific and rational eye. Here are some of the most fascinating abilities I've personally observed over the last 10 years while interviewing a few vampires, or econ, as they prefer to call themselves. Interesting. Supernatural speed. A vampire can act and move like a mortal in his actions, but the trained eye will spot that they have the keenest senses and can react quicker than any mortal. On a few occasions, alarm, surprise, necessity to flee, I have seen a vampire move so quickly it is almost as if he had vanished just to reappear somewhere else. The human eye cannot follow their movements when they act so quickly, but it is not a teleport or dematerialization, it is only a supernatural speed. For me, it is a cat-like attribute which allows them to run, dodge, or jump longer and faster than us. I also notice that such speed seems to exhaust them and that they are bound to physical limitations. Mesmerism. One of the most powerful abilities a vampire can deploy is the capacity to force a mortal to obey them. I call this trait mesmerism, but it has nothing to do with the mortal ability to alter a subject's mental state. A vampire can bend a mortal to their will, and they can even break a mind. A vampire I interviewed even told me The more a subject tries to resist, the more permanent the damage will be. Oh, wow. As if the vampire could literally fracture the target's psyche. The same vampire explained to me that this ability required time to master, and that the result could vary wildly from one subject to another. Implant a false memory, erase a painful one, the possibilities are endless and frightening. Blood awareness. This may be the most catastrophic ability of all concerning vampires, since it is the cause of so many tragedies for them and us. Vampires crave for blood. They must use their will to restrain themselves from frenziedly drinking every drop of blood they can see. They need blood to function and express their full supernatural traits. A famished vampire can be very weak, even if he cannot die of hunger or thirst. This need for blood may explain why a vampire is so aroused by it. A vampire confessed to me that blood could sometimes blind him, since its smell and attractiveness can be so strong. When he focuses, a vampire can almost see blood all around them. When he focuses them. Inside warm bodies, through walls, on a supposedly clean weapon, etc. The same vampire even told me that he can see if a mortal has clean blood or is ill, and that in some cases he can even sense diseases, infected clothes, or even items in a room. If this is true, it could have so many medical applications it almost beggars relief. Belief? I don't know. Dragonbane! Heyo. Weapons upgrade. You can upgrade your weapons to a new level with the required ingredients. It will inflict more damage, and you will also gain access to customization slots. That looks pretty dope. Right, so I'm just... Oh, is it daytime? Why? What? Was that like a weird loading screen or something? Oh, am I changing outfits? I think so. Healthy district. Oh yeah, I was changing outfits. My sweet girl reads me like a book. I never could keep anything from her. Yeah, changing clothes. I want to water my plant. Thing here. Aluminium powder. Shillings. Okay. How many experience points? 1645. Do I want... Oh. Abyss. Oh yeah, I read that. What is this? 2 seconds control level 4 required. Oh, I'm level 3. I don't want to get one of these other abilities. Shadow Mist. The cloud will explode after a short time, causing heavy damage. Okay, place a cloud of shadows. I don't want that. It seems stealthy. And let's see. You want to cancel and lose all your modifications? No. Take a little nappy. Doesn't everyone see my face and like immediately know I'm a vampire with all the veins and blood in my eyes and stuff?
If I'm to stay here until my research is complete,
look at that.
I'd better learn to hide my true nature from
yeah.
mortals. But what about my thirst for blood?